Hello friends, today we are going to start practice set 3.2. No doubt, in this question, the question in terms of variety are different and we have to try to understand the question logic, and along with the question, we have to understand the diagram. They have given a first question. As it is longer in terms of theory structure, I have not written it and I have directly drawn a diagram and question. First of all, I am going to read the question, and the part is: in each of the example given below, a pair of a triangle is shown. Equal parts of a triangle in each pair are marked with some sign. When triangles are given, equal parts they are marked with the sign. Observe the figure and state the test by which the triangle in each pair are congruent. We have to observe the diagram in pair of a triangle, and by marking these two triangles are congruent by which test, we have to write the name of that test, and it is a question over here. So starting from that part, and the part is, so our part is practice set 3.2 and the first question. In first question they have given a pair of a triangle, and the part is first question they have given triangle ABC. Second triangle is PQR. In this triangle, if you are going to observe it properly or carefully, they have given AB with mark is congruent with PQ, 1 mark. Second, BC, double mark, congruent to QR, double mark. And third, AC, triple mark, is congruent with PR with triple mark. Naturally, all the three sides of first triangle, which is a triangle ABC, is exactly congruent with all the three sides of second triangle, that is triangle PQR. Therefore, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR by ... test. Naturally, this test is nothing but S test of congruency. Naturally, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR by side test of congruency, or you can say SSS test of congruency, by which triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Now from first question we are moving over here to second question. In second question they have given a triangle XYZ and triangle LMN. Again they have given a part by ... test, these two triangles are congruent, and they have given a condition that triangle XYZ is congruent to triangle LMN. Now observe again the diagram very carefully. They have given XY with single mark, LM with single mark, means they have given a marking on sides. Next they have given angle Y congruent to angle M with the marking sign, or you can say angle XYZ is congruent to LMN, means angle Y is congruent to angle M. And third, side YZ, which is given as a double mark, is congruent to side MN, which is given as a double mark, means YZ is congruent to MN. Observing this diagram very carefully, they have already given triangle XYZ is congruent to triangle LMN. Now in this case, XY is congruent to LM, next angle Y congruent to angle M, and third YZ is congruent to MN. Naturally, one side angle, next side, one side angle, next side, means two connected side and common angle between them of first triangle is congruent with two connected side and common angle between them. Naturally, first triangle is congruent with second triangle. First triangle is congruent with second triangle by SAS test of congruency. So SAS test of congruency, and we can say that triangle XYZ is congruent to triangle LMN by side angle side test of congruency. Now in the next part they have given question number 3 and the part is, now we have to understand this question very systematically, because they have given some arrangement, but arrangement in these questions are not that way sequential. We have to identify proper sequence and then part. Here they have given a triangle PQR, and you can say SUT type of triangle. First of all, I am going to read the question. By ... test, Triangle PRQ means sequence is PRQ. PRQ is congruent with triangle STU. Triangle STU means they have given a condition triangle PRQ is congruent with STU. About marking or symbols, they have given angle P is congruent with angle S. First marking. Second, side PR congruent to side ST. Side PR congruent to side ST. They have given a double mark on sides. Means first angle then side. First angle then side. And again we are getting angle R, which is marked over here, is congruent with angle T. Naturally, two angles and common side of first triangle is congruent with two angles and one common side of second triangle. Naturally, first triangle is congruent with second triangle by angle side angle. Angle side angle. Or you can see ASA, test of congruency, by which triangle PRQ is congruent with triangle STU, and in this way these two triangles are congruent. Now coming to the part over here, and the part is here, this is nothing but question number 4 and the part is. So in question number 4 they are given triangle LMN and second triangle is PTR. Now what exactly symbolical part indicated over there? First they have given LM congruent to PT, they have given over here by single mark. After that they have given angle M as a 90 mark symbolic presentation and angle T is 90 mark symbolic presentation, and opposite to angle M, that is LN, means hypotenuse. Exactly opposite to 90 degree means hypotenuse, which is opposite to 90 degree, that is PR. Now in this case, opposite to 90 means one hypotenuse and one side is congruent. Naturally first triangle is congruent with second triangle by ... test. Triangle LMN is congruent to triangle PTR. Therefore triangle LMN is congruent to triangle PTR by hypotenuse side test of congruency. In short, it is also written as hypotenuse side test. In short, either write hypotenuse or in short HYP dash side. Hypotenuse side test of congruency, and in this way our fourth question is over. Continuation with the last part over here, and the part is, now from question number 1 we are moving to question number 2, and the part is question number 2. Observe the information shown in a pair of triangles given below. Means some information is given in a triangles given below. State the test by which the two triangles are congruent. State by the test by which these two triangles are congruent. Write the remaining congruent parts of the triangle. Write the remaining parts of a triangle as a congruent. Now remember, they have given a diagram in the terms of pair of triangles, and they have given the answer in the form of fill in the blanks. But I am not going to write in the form of fill in the blanks. We are actually going to solve by observing a question. Now what exactly they have given in this question, and the part is, first of all they have given a triangle ABC with some specific marking, triangle PQR again with some specific marking, and according to that we have to write the answer step by step. Now observe this diagram. Here angle B is a part of a triangle ABC. They have given curve with some circle dot. Here in triangle PQR, angle Q, circle, curve with dot. Means they have given indirectly angle B is congruent to angle Q. Then they have given side BC with double mark, side BC, side QR with double mark. Means side BC which is of double mark, side QR which is of double mark, means these two sides are congruent. And third, angle C is congruent with angle R. Cross mark with curve, cross mark with curve. Naturally you can say angle side angle of first triangle is congruent with angle side angle of second triangle. Naturally triangle ABC congruent to triangle PQR by ASA, angle side angle test of congruency. Now we are going to write each and every step, so please observe carefully. Now starting from first two triangles and the parties. No doubt this information is available to us with the help of diagram. So I'm going to write from given diagram, from above diagrams, first we are discussing about the property in terms of triangle ABC and triangle PQR. So we are describing that part. Means in triangle ABC and in a triangle PQR. This is first called as a declaration of a diagram, that what a diagram is given and what activity you want to describe. So first in diagram ABC and in PQR we are describing something. So declare it first. First, angle B is congruent to angle Q, but the total name is angle ABC congruent to triangle PQR. Therefore, angle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. They have given it, so in the reason you can mention it as a given. Next, they have given secondary part over here. What is exactly that part? Side BC is congruent to side QR. So I am going to write, therefore, side BC is congruent to side QR. They are given in terms of a marking. So again I am going to write it a reason with the help of given. And third part, angle C is congruent to angle R, but total name is angle ACB is congruent to PRQ. Angle ACB is congruent to angle PRQ. They are also given it as, so I am going to write it as given. Naturally, first angle, then side and again angle. Angle side angle of first triangle is congruent with angle side angle of second triangle. Naturally, first triangle is congruent with second triangle by ASA test of congruency. So I am going to write the part. Therefore, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR by ASA test of congruency. And in this way, first of all, we are declared up to the part of congruency of a triangle. Addition to that question, they have asked you a question, write the remaining congruent parts of a triangle. Means we have to write remaining part also. We know that every triangle contains 3 sides and 3 angles, in which two angle and one side is already completed in a proof. So we are going for a remaining part. Next, if first triangle is congruent to second triangle, then here angle A must be congruent to angle P, but the total nomenclature is angle BAC is congruent to QPR. So I am going to write, therefore, angle BAC is congruent to angle QPR, and reason become corresponding angle of congruent triangle. Now in a book they have given an extension, but I am going to give you a shortcut tree, and the part is corresponding angle of congruent triangles. In this way you can write it in a short also. No doubt you can write it in a longer form, corresponding angles of congruent triangle, or in short you can write CACT. Logic, corresponding angles of congruent triangle. Next, as angle A and angle P is declared over here, now I am going to write remaining sides, means side AB congruent to side PQ. Therefore, side AB is congruent to side PQ, and next part, side AC congruent to side PR. Therefore, side AC is congruent to side PR, and for that part this is nothing but a pair of sides of a congruent triangle. So reason I am going to write it as, in short form or in long form we can write in a different way. First you can write corresponding sides of congruent triangle. I repeat, corresponding sides of congruent triangle, or in short you can write corresponding sides of congruent triangles. I repeat, corresponding sides of congruent triangles, and in this way you can complete the entire numerical. Similar type of a diagram, and they have given a second question of the same part over here. So we are going to solve the same type of a numerical over here. Definitely test will be different. Now they have given a combination of a two triangle. One is a triangle PTQ, PTQ, and second STR, STR. Now remember here, sometimes there are some marking are given directly, and there are some marking which are given in hidden manner. And it is your logic that how you are going to find. As a student, observation is the main skill, and that is called as a constructionism. In constructionism, you have to think logically and you have to identify the remaining concept which is given in the part of hidden structure. For example, here triangle PTQ, PTQ, and second is STR, STR. These two triangles are given, and naturally there are some marking which is already available. For example, PT congruent to ST, double mark, congruent to double mark. Next, TR congruent to, TQ congruent to TR, TQ congruent to TR, single mark is equal to single mark. These are symbolic presentation already available. But you can say that there is a segment PS and there is a segment QR, by which there are two angle get formed, one angle over here, second angle over here. And naturally these two angles are congruent because these are nothing but vertically opposite angles. Means you can say that angle PTQ is congruent to STR because these are vertically opposite angle. Naturally one side, next angle and side, again one side, angle and side. Means two sides and one angle of first triangle is congruent with two side and one angle of second triangle. Naturally first triangle is congruent with second triangle by side, angle, side, side, angle, side, test of congruency. And now we are using that application over here. Once again, please pay attention. PT is congruent to ST. They have given angle PTQ congruent to STR, vertically opposite angle, and third TQ congruent to TR. They have given. Naturally first triangle, that is PTQ, is congruent to STR by side, angle, side, test of congruency. Writing that part over here and declaration. So part is first, in triangle PTQ, in triangle PTQ and in triangle STR, one by one, segment PT congruent to segment ST, or you can say side PT is congruent to side ST. They have given, so I am going to write it as a reason given. Next, angle PTQ, angle PTQ is congruent to angle STR. Reason, vertically opposite angle. Again it is a short form. You can totally write it as a vertically opposite angle, or in short form VOA. Third, side TQ. Side TQ is congruent to side TR. They have given, so I am going to write it given. Naturally side, angle, side of first triangle is congruent with side, angle, side of second triangle. Naturally triangle PTQ. Therefore triangle PTQ is congruent with triangle STR by SAS, test of congruency. And in this way, first of all, we have shown these two triangles are congruent. Now, when two triangles are congruent, its remaining side and remaining angle must be congruent. So, as per their part, write the remaining parts of a triangle in terms of congruency. So, second, as triangle PTQ, as triangle PTQ is congruent to triangle STR, that we have proved in one naturally remaining part means one by one, please pay attention. From diagram, angle TPQ means here angle P must be congruent to TSR means this angle S. Also we can have TQP means angle Q must be congruent to TRS means angle R. And third, segment PQ or side PQ is congruent to side SR means there are two angles and one side, writing one by one. So the part is, therefore angle TPQ is congruent to angle TSR. Next, angle TQP is congruent with angle TRS. These both are angle and these angles are nothing but corresponding angles of congruent triangle. So in this case, for both, the reason become corresponding angles of congruent triangle. In this way, you can write a proper reason over there. Corresponding angles of congruent triangle. Third, side PQ congruent to side SR. Therefore, side PQ is congruent to side SR. Now it is a side of congruent triangle. So in reason we are going to write corresponding sides of congruent triangle. No doubt you can write it in a longer manner also, corresponding sides of congruent triangles. And in this way you can have a first part where you are going to show two triangles as a congruent, and in second part remaining congruent part of that triangles, and in this way you can logically represent the part. No doubt you are supposed to declare number, statement, reason when we are going to write this part in the part of proof. Now student, we have completed second question. Moving to the third question, and the part is question number 3. From the information shown in figure, state the test assuming the congruency of triangle ABC and triangle PQR. Means they have given triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Write the remaining congruent parts of triangle. Means we have to write remaining congruent part of a triangle. Now they have given a diagram over here. Observing one by one, they have given angle A as a 90, angle Q as a 90, means they have given a first part. Next, as per marking, AB is congruent to QP, they have given over here. And the next part, opposite to 90, hypotenuse BC is congruent to hypotenuse PR, because they have given double mark. Now, in this case, first of all, one by one try to understand. Here angle BAC is 90 degree, and here PQR means angle Q is a 90 degree. Opposite to 90, BC is a hypotenuse. This hypotenuse BC is congruent to opposite to 90, that is hypotenuse PR, means they have given hypotenuse BC congruent to hypotenuse PR. Along the same part, they have given side BA congruent to side PR. Naturally we can say that triangle BAC is congruent to triangle PQR by hypotenuse side test of congruency. So writing that part, therefore triangle BAC is congruent to triangle PQR and reason by hypotenuse side test of congruency. So the part is triangle BAC congruent to triangle PQR by hypotenuse side test of congruency. Now we have to write remaining part also, means some part they are already given in the marking and remaining part we are supposed to write. In that case, first part you can say that side AC is congruent to side QR. Therefore, side AC is congruent to side QR is the first part over here. Now coming to the next part, and the part is, as side AC congruent to side QR. Here side AC congruent to QR. We can say it as corresponding sides of congruent triangle. So in a short form, corresponding sides of congruent triangles. Now, after giving the explanation of one side, still there are two angles from first as well as second triangle remain over there. So one by one. First angle ABC means I am talking about this angle is congruent to QPR. Therefore, angle ABC is congruent to angle QPR. And next part is angle C and angle R. So I am writing its name as angle ACB. Therefore, angle ACB is congruent to angle ACB is congruent to QRP. And for both the angles we can have corresponding angles of congruent triangle as a reason. So you can have reason corresponding angles of congruent triangles, and this way we can complete the entire numerical. Hello friends, continuation with the numerical from third. We are moving to fourth question, and the part is question number 4. As shown in figure, in triangle LMN and in triangle PNM, LM is equal to PN, LM is equal to PN, LN is equal to PM, LN is equal to PM. Write the test which assures the congruency of two triangles. Write the test which assures the congruency of two triangles. Write the remaining congruent parts. Means here we have to show the two triangles congruent by any respective particular test as per the marking. They have given LMN is one triangle and PNM is another triangle. Now as per marking they have given LM is congruent to PN by single mark, and second LN is congruent to PM by double mark. If you are getting confused over here, I am going to draw the same two triangle in separate manner so you can easily understand the part. First triangle LMN. So here LMN. They are given LM with single mark, so single mark. LN with double mark, so double mark. Triangle PNM. So triangle PNM with PN as single mark and PM as double mark. Now observe these two diagrams carefully so that you can understand isolated triangle. In triangle LMN and PNM. First LM is congruent to PN, LM congruent to PN because they have given. Second LN is congruent to PM, double mark. Naturally LN congruent to PM, and side MN must be congruent to NM because you can call it as MN or NM. MN or NM part remains same, means MN and NM is nothing but same side. Naturally if it is the same side it must be congruent. Naturally we can say that triangle LMN is congruent to with PNM by SSS test of congruency, because here this MN is automatically congruent with this MN, or we can say NM. Naturally we can say that triangle LNM. Therefore triangle LMN is congruent with triangle PNM, and reason become by SSS test of congruency. Now as we are able to get LMN is congruent with PNM by SSS test of congruency. Now we have to indicate the remaining part also. Now its remaining part. All the three sides of first triangle are congruent with all the three sides of second triangle. Means sides are over. Naturally we have to indicate all the angles only. So first angle L is congruent to angle P, but we cannot call it independently. We have to say that angle MLN is equal to NPM. Therefore angle MLN is congruent to angle NPM, and reason become corresponding angles of congruent triangle. After L and P, I am going to declare about M and N. So angle LMN is congruent with PNM. Therefore angle LMN is congruent with angle PNM, and reason again corresponding angles of congruent triangles. And third part about this angle N and angle M. So angle LNM is congruent with angle PMN, and reason corresponding angles of congruent triangles. And in this way, either with the help of same diagram or by separate diagram, this I have drawn a diagram just for your support and understanding. The test first, that is SSS, test of congruency, because side MN and side NM is common base for both the triangle. Rest three angles, and in this way we can complete the numerical. हेलो फ्रेंड्स एंड माय डियर स्टूडेंट, अगर आप हमारे वीडियोस देख रहे हो और आपको ये वीडियोस पसंद आते हो तो आप हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और नीचे दिए हुए बेल आइकन को क्लिक करना ना भूलें। साथ में अपने फ्रेंड्स और ग्रुप इसमें भी आप ये वीडियो शेयर कीजिए ताकि नॉलेज ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा बच्चों तक पहुँचे। अलग अलग टॉपिक के साथ मैं आपको मिलता रहूँगा। मैं आपका एसवी सर आगे आने वाले वीडियोज़ को बनाता रहूँगा और आप तक पहुँचाता रहूँगा। थैंक यू वेरी मच।